things to learn from other countries, and also we do have a lot of benefits as well as a young democracy. So you were talking about the application and the security sides of it, if not mistaken, right?
That's right, yes.
Okay,
so yeah, we would like to know actually about the how secure is the platforms. Perhaps Pak Cecep would like to continue.
Are there any risks,
Yes.
you mean?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
okay.
correct.
Of course, every step in the election process, they have risk, yeah?
Right.
Any kind of risk.
Mm.
So I think for the developers of the platform, they are already counting the risk they will face out with this application. So, but it is besides that, it is still good for me to create the more qualified election in Indonesia. We need this a lot of supervision platform, etc. So how to solve this problem? I think they try to make the application better and better every day, because since this is the initiative from the civil society, they have the I think the collaboration, coordination, etc. Besides that, all the supervisory agency, they need to have coordination also with the Bawaslu itself. So yeah, until
Pak Gede, maybe you have your thoughts on this issue as well.
I think I agree with Pak Cecep. The fact that we do have this supervisory organization and agency actually helps a lot. And we have also to be, we have to remind ourselves that the processes is parallel. We do have those IT thingy, but there's also manual counting. So just the fact that we have system in place, I think we need to be optimistic. I'm hopeful. From the IT side of things, we do have qualified experts to guard the processes here.
So speaking about all these digital things, one of the most important issue, arguably also about this election, also the swing voters, because we do have quite a big number of swing voters happening. So what do you think is the cause of big numbers of swing voters, and approaching this day of the election, how do you think things has developed in that regards? Probably Pak Cecep can explain first about it.
of course, when you talk about the swing voters itself, refer to several posters launched by, I think last week they still launched the last survey. Also total the swing voters still have more than 10%, I think, the numbers. And then until the last movie, the votes, I think it will have impact to the swing voters, but for the middle class voters, I think.
Middle class voters, so the ones who has access to the information, the internet.
Because when we can categorize several voters.
Right.
First one, for the primordial voters, they already do believe with the
have
votes.
their choice.
Number one,
Already.
All right. And then the others two is the swing voters itself and undecided voters.
Undecided, right?
For the undecided voters, I think it depends. In the last 3 days, 1 day, 2 days, finally they choose today.
So these last couple of days was like the last battle.
The rational voters, right?
For the rational
for the undecided voters, they of course there are a lot of information they got during the last 3 days, 2 days, and then they already decided.
Pak Gede, your thoughts?
I mean, the last time I checked the data, the numbers of swing voters, by which we mean those voters who can change their mind at the very last minute, the numbers is, I think, below 10%. The most important fact, one ticket, Prabowo and Gibran, if we were to believe current national polling surveys, they lead comfortably above 20%.
All right.
So those swing voters doesn't really matter in terms of who we believe lead the race, but it would matter in terms of whether it's going to be one round or a runoff, second round. So that they matter the most. But I think most importantly, my personal view is not the swing voters, but the voter turns out.
Okay.
Prabowo Gibran ticket depends heavily on these young voters,
The millennials and Gen Z.
millennials and Gen Z, and traditionally they don't always show up. for various reasons.
Okay.
The voter turnout doesn't have to be necessarily high. We will like to see whether they go out and vote this time,
Really good
this time around. Yes.
So the noise on the social media maybe not necessarily reflect
Yes.
the reality, are you saying?
So that's what we want to find out today, whether they will overwhelmingly go out and cast their ballots.
Yeah.
And then that affects definitely the number of the electability rating of
Right.
each of the presidential candidates. Remember again, this is 50% of those 204 million
That's
electorates. That's a big number.
Yeah.
During the survey, they might say, I would like to cast my ballots to those presidential candidates, but during the D-Day, because of the rain, they don't come up.
That is possible.
Those votes are wasted, sorry to say. So voter turnout, I think, the most important part today, yeah?
Right.
Yeah. But Gede, I'd like also to come back to actually the previous question, since you mentioned several times about the supervisory agency or Bawaslu, about the monitoring agency or platforms that is created by civil society. So how